Yo, this your boy Tony coming through another episode of Backyard Comedy. As always, I got Skeezy, baby. Please, baby.
You already know that, man.
Is that really Dooley I got over there?
Really down here.
Where you turban at?
You know, I transition every here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm your boy Vocal 26, and we are here with Miss Shaquana. How you doing today?
Hi, I'm fine.
So,
great.
Before we jump into it, we got to do a recap of last episode. You know, it's brought to you by Real Demand TV, where we're streaming in 172 countries. Also, if you know anybody dealing with any type of substance abuse or anything like that, man, you can holler at my man, Mr. Julius Rowe. He will get you moving in the right direction. Also, Dubby, all natural energy drink, Jitterless Blend. Our sponsors, make sure you go to www.backyardcomedyllc.com. If you go to the bottom of the page, you can get a 10% off discount.
Go back.
And go check out our bio. Go read who we are.
Yeah.
You know, and find out some things. But on this episode, you see the pink, we are talking about breast cancer awareness. Breast cancer awareness. You know, how was your experience with dealing with it?
Life threatening.
Really?
Life altering.
Right.
It was a real dark experience.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
For sure.
And as you learn your illness, you know, the treatments, you know, the consistency, the expectations, then you know how to 6 months later see somebody else that's going through, or they just starting out how you started out, and you can tell them something. And if you guys connect or not connect, and then later on you see that they did better because you told them something. So it definitely can bring you back into the light. But you definitely have to go through the underground darkness.
So beforehand, you know, with finding out or having to hear that this is what you have to deal with, like, how was life before that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Life was kind of good, great, fast paced.
Yeah.
I just say great because everybody else, I'm the one that, you know, kind of, hey, take care of everybody else. So everything is good. No one is really complaining. Some, you know, and things, you know, I'm running my business. I run a daycare at the time, and going to school, and you know, all this other stuff, and you know, I've been doing children all my life, but now I need it on paper. So I need to go to school.
Oh yeah. Got it on paper now.
Yeah.
So and I say about the end of 2017 is when I really kind of kept feeling a twinge of pain, and
shot through my chest and up around my back, down my spine.
And like, I don't know if you just see me now. That's what my reaction was every time. Just every so often, I got a twinge of pain, and I just, you know, move my shirt, move my bra, maybe it's too tight,
Like it's uncomfortable
or something.
Yeah.
So as far as women, black women, big-breasted women, you know, don't sleep in bras. You know, Grandma stayed that a long time ago. Don't sleep in earrings. Don't sleep in bras. And that was just me. I stayed fully dressed. I could still have a coat on. I could have keys in my hand. And like, you know, that was just me.
Wow.
You been tired.
When you working like that.
Yes, I'm definitely tired with 3 eyes.
I'm also tired.
Yeah.
So I just kind of kept putting it off and pushing it off and just pushing it off. So maybe about 23 months it went by before I decided to go to the doctor. And my birthday's in December. I'm a Capricorn.
Okay.
So we can argue later.
My grandma was.
We can
My
argue
grandma
later.
was.
We'll hold that
I'm
for
cool
off,
with
Yeah.
off camera.
Yeah, we can argue later about that. But yeah, so my birthday in December, so I always try to have like a clean bill of health at the end. So between this time of the year, October, November, I always try to get in doctor's appointments and stuff like that. I go to the doctor, and I have a 26-year-old Asian male is my doctor. Yeah. And he's like, you're okay. You're black. You're young. You got big breasts. It's just extra dense. That is us. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
real. That's
I
real.
go back in August. Same thing. Now here it comes October, November-ish time. So they make me an appointment. The regular doctor's like, no, let's just send you to the OB. Get to the OB. I have a male doctor.
So why is that though? They don't want to give you a woman?
I don't know, and I feel like when you have, and because it's general medicine, they gotta know everything, you know.
Right, right.
And then there are doctors just for the breast, or just for certain cancers, and just so I'll get to those later. But it's just the fact that it took that long. They kept pushing me off. So I went in, like I said, I went in May, went in August, I went in November-ish, December, January. They made me an appointment for the male OB, and he did kind of like, same thing that the other man said. And then he get on this side, because his litter was on one side. He get on this side and he say, oh wait, I did not feel exactly what I felt over there. Let me go back to over here. So that was a good thing that but he was an older man. So, you know, I feel like the ones that do a lot of these stuff they learned through AI, you know, versus, I'm so sorry, maybe.
That's real. That's real.
I'm
That's
not
real.
sorry.
That's real. That's real.
This young Memphis,
But
100%.
No experience.
I didn't tell them exactly what was going on.
What you was feeling.
I kept telling what I was feeling as far as the hurt. I needed them to tell me, you know.
Right,
So when he said, he was like, now he's looking, he said, well, wait, why is this side retracting? And I don't know if TMI, but
See, we need to educate out here because people
it's
don't
important.
know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know.
It's important.
And so that's me, the one that always slept in clothes, and that's what you're not supposed to do. And
Right.
when I wake up in the morning, get ready to take a shower, you see every print of everything that I got on is is
was
embedded.
you probably got that little crumb of slobber right
in my
there.
body. No,
You was sleep. Knocked out.
maybe I don't really slob too much, but maybe I have some coal in my
Oh
eyes.
yeah. You gotta get the eye boogers out now.
No doubt.
But you know, so he did see that. He was like, "Wait, this looks like it's retracted." Okay, y'all are men. Y'all know what women nipples look like.
Yeah, of
and
course.
just one side of the areola was just indented, just like that, just a little bit.
Yeah.
No one else would notice the difference. You know, if it was shown, if they saw it, but he did, and that's when he was like, let's get you to get a mammogram. At this time, first time I went, I was, like I said, I felt this when I first felt this. I was 34. I didn't go until I was 36.
Wow.
Now, so that's the thing there. Waiting,
Can I say
laziness.
Black people love to wait
To the last minute.
to go to the doctor.
So this is why I brought up the doing this and doing that, going to school and everybody else and helping my neighbor and you know somebody need this and my nephews need this and my son need this and he need ADHD medicine and somebody need this.
I need it.
He need it.
I don't do that. I ain't lying. That is the truth.
Listen, I can make my own concoction at this point. But so yeah, as far as us as black people, it's definitely a generational thing that we're so used to having to work so hard, or having either work hard to just make ends meet, or working hard to keep up with the Joneses. And I don't even know who the Joneses is.
Whoever they are.
Okay, I'm just saying. That's another conversation too. And so, and he was like, "No, I'm going to send you in about 2 to 3 weeks to go to get a mammogram." And so, like a week later, and what had the staff to call back and say that we're not going to just do a mammogram, we're going to do a biopsy also. Okay. So at the same time,
that's good though.
It's the worst thing ever in life. I still feel it.
Oh man.
I feel like I still feel it, and this was over 5 years ago.
Wow.
But
it's good that he did everything right there, right then.
right, he must
sped it up.
I'm assuming he went back and looked at whatever results from what he had first again. So he did, and so on February 17th, I went to the doctor. They did the biopsy and the mammogram, and the lady said, here, get your stuff back together or whatever. I'll be right back. And she came back and she's like, listen, I've been doing this for 28 years, and I am 95% sure that you have 99% cancer.
Oh man.
What?
She said, I do not want to scare you, but I have been here when people have been in full shock and like passed out when the doctors have to come and tell them. So I just looked at her and I just smiled and just tears just started dropping and only thing on my mind, because I'm that one, only thing on my mind is now I'm dying and now I need to put more of my mark on this, on this
the
earth.
earth,
my family do this.
Yeah.
All that shit is
And-
rushing through,
And then it kind of brought me back to like my grandmother when she passed. She did the same thing, but she didn't have cancer. But when she had cancer, but it wasn't breast cancer. She had like, she done had skin cancer. She done had a little bit of tumor. And so she did the chemo from that. Everything was all good at those times. But when she passed, it was 2 weeks before she passed. Every day she wanted to go, and you got grandchildren waiting in Atlanta. We ain't seen in 4 years, but you decide you want to go and buy them something, or you want to do this, you want to
Right.
do that.
Out of the
And
ordinary, so.
her youngest daughter said, she said she needed some bras, and like she just remembering things that people just talking about, and she did everything. So this is me now trying to just do everything
yeah.
that. In this little month of time, because I don't know, I'm thinking I'm dying tomorrow, in time. But the lady did say, she said, well, I'm gonna let you get yourself together, and she gave me a cool rag, and I just, like I said, I just cried. She came and sat beside me on my bed and just held my hand. We
real.
didn't talk. She didn't say anything. She said, I'll be right back. Get yourself together. She came out with a pamphlet, and she said, I'm not really sure, but between number 15, 16, and 17, it was 18 different breast counselors or women's counselors on this thing. I did not know it was that many.
18.
On this
Wow.
pamphlet, she said you got to be number 15, number 16, number 17, and I end up being number 16, which is IDC, invasive ductal carcinoma, and which is duct, milk ducts, your nip, and carcinoma is the cancer. So,
Girl, you just did y'all hear it?
It's education.
It sure is.
Y'all better listen.
HR positive, HER2 negative, IDC, invasive ductal carcinoma. And anything carcinoma is cancer.
Cancer.
It could be prostate, it can be nose, I don't care what it is. It was carcinoma. If you hear these words, anything dealing with CARC in the beginning of it, look it up.
Look it up.
If you go to the doctor, if they give you any kind of medicine, carcopeptide, that's something tied to that
cancer.
somewhere, something in your blood,
Yep.
something,
Yep. Absolutely.
people should just check it out.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you said that,
Do
because
you- do your
I
research.
didn't know myself a little bit of it.
When we have these 17-letter medications that we, can barely pronounce, and
Read,
they say just
pronounce.
take this, and
Yep,
then we
yep.
take that, and then now we don't realize 2 weeks later we got this this little cough that we never had, or
before.
or now you got this little pain, or you seeing like blurred vision, or so
Yep.
that's one thing. But yeah, so I didn't tell anybody for like the first maybe 10 days. I just wanted to really grasp this myself, do
can
all
get
the
that. I can get
research
that.
that I can, do on it, what it entailed as far as the treatments. I read up on it, and then of course,
You hitting dead on the question.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask you. What allowed you and what helped you go about the treatment that you went about, and what helped you with that decision?
so I am in the low income black, community.
Like a lot of us are.
And
Yeah, ain't lying.
so when they find out about my cancers, it's I guess it's like a system of doctors that can see certain things. There's literally a pick and choose box if they want to. It's very sad. That it's a pick and choose box. That what they want to do. So at this point, I only have regular Medicaid. I don't have regular like family planning, Medicaid for birth control.
That was in the question.
Right.
About the
and
insurance.
stuff like that. And they didn't cover all of the stuff.
So you had to come out of pocket?
I would have, but this is where the pick and choose coming in. So now I had a doctor, black lady. Now,
That's good. That is important.
and it really is, because at this point I'm 37. She's 40. She just turned 40. So she like, look, we're the same age. You're my little sister. Like, this is how she said to me, as black women, we know something more than what you guys know, or whoever it could be.
And that's real. That is real.
So she did. So that she chose my case, and so they put me in a I was a guinea pig. So they put me in a study. It's like a project study. I can't remember the exact name of it. And it'll pay for everything. Now it switches my Medicaid over, and it pay for everything.
Wow.
I have
Get you somebody who care about you and that will work with you. Now, that's a blessing. I'm telling you.
Now
Wow.
like I said, I'm the one that the program doing. Like I said, I ran a daycare, I was in school, and I worked another part-time job cleaning, doing all this kind of stuff. So even when my daycare parents would come in the morning and say, "Hey, Miss Q, how you doing? Program? How you doing? Keep on going." That was literally is what I said, because that was my, you know, that was my everyday thing. So, you know, now it's the biggest thing is how do you reprogram your program?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is before
hearing that
and this is
news.
before the surgeries and the treatments, and you know, you got to get some things in order. And at this time, I have a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, you know, black boy, you know, that I'm trying to keep from, you know, living in the hood,
Right,
you know,
right.
you know, but we do have a close knit community, and that's one thing about that. A lot of them in our community, and if people stay, you know, connected in the community, that there is a village. That does take a village to, you know,
absolutely,
to raise these children.
absolutely. It's a blessing
And,
to have a
and
village.
so during those times, me growing up, raising my child, they kind of knew. Funny, you know, TJ out here, the street lights is on. Like, you know, like it could be the biggest thug on the street.
Raised
You
around.
know what I'm saying? It could be the biggest thug on the street, but he knew the family that, you know, that it came from, and then the like I said, the neighbors, the community. So we were nosy. So we knew what every, you know, every child was doing, or who did this. We know that bus came at 9:15. Why is he still outside?
Yeah, why you?
You know, call his mama, because I think he trying to skip school.
Real talk.
So
They don't got that shit
That
no
me.
more.
Yeah,
I
they
believe
like
that
that.
We need
Yeah.
it again.
There is not. There is not.
Yeah.
And if you say anything about stuff like that, you hating, or
Right.
like, you know, or you know, somebody doesn't like it, you know,
Yep.
because you told them something right.
Something right.
You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, so they did, you know, moving forward. She said it takes 3 to 5 days to get my results back. And it's on February 17th. On February 19th, they called me back. Results already came back.
Wow.
It was, that lady knew exactly. I said, I took her 28 years. I feel like she knew
Yeah.
more than what the doctor knew.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and like I said, now a couple weeks later, the black doctor, surgeon, reached out to me. She reached out to me. They gave me 3 different doctors. It was 2 white men, and it was a woman. And the lady, and the white lady that was the nurse that came in, she said, I really can't say it so much, but one of them chose you personally.
You already
You know,
You
so
already knew.
once I did talk to her, she could tell me whatever she
What-
wanted to, and then she
Right.
told me her story as to why she feel like, let me help you. Let me
Yeah.
help you. I'm so tired of my mothers and grandmas and aunties and sisters and, you know, and nieces,
Yeah.
everybody just dying for no reason, because
Yeah.
we don't have insurance, and no one else wants to give us
Absolutely.
anything more than what you know the government is already giving us.
Lord bless her soul.
Yeah.
I ain't lying.
That's
They did.
God.
So
Yeah.
a month later, I did do so the same day they found out about what COVID was, the same day I found out about my
Wow, that's ironic.
that it was really the cancer.
Wow.
And then the same week that the world shut down on March 15th, I had my first surgery March 19th.
Wow.
And it was a full mastectomy. So
Wow.
if anybody know what that is, you know,
Explain to them, because they
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
don't.
Explain
it's
it.
like you know, they don't just literally like take shears and cut your breast off, but wherever the carcinoma, the cancers is, they go in, and well, mine was ductal, so it go in from the front part, from the front all the way to my chest wall, and scrape everything out, all the tissues, everything, because they got to get behind wherever the first part of the growth that they see. I just want to put it out there too. When there's a growth and it's there, it's always there. There's things to do to minimize it, hide it, keep it at bay. But if I don't take care of myself, if I, you know,
It's a chance
unhealthily, it can
come back.
definitely come. It can definitely come back, and
We praying
a
against
lot
that.
of sugars,
Amen.
and a lot of estrogen, extra estrogen. A lot of people don't know, even men. 'Cause you know, men can get breast cancer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But a
Right.
lot of people don't
Yep.
know, because more than
Montel
likely-
Jordan had it. No, I'm sorry. Montel Williams.
Montel
Williams.
Williams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he
I-
had breast cancer.
I think I heard that. I think I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's a thing as well. And estrogen is a lot too. A lot of people don't know smoking can activate estrogen. Certain
Yeah.
things that we eat, crucifix foods, edamines, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
So, too much of certain things, you know, can actually, you know, trigger it and, you know, bring it back. But yeah, so I did my first surgery, and then they tried to now that means this side is going to be flatter. Not knowing, I didn't know when I wake up like this side is completely flat. So I never knew until later on that they did not just cut anything off, so that they literally took everything out. So my whole shell of my breast is there. So it's easy to
do something later.
Recreate my own breast with my own tissues.
Okay.
So they tried to, at the time when they did one surgery, then they tried to go and give me expanders. Silicone, fake breast. They did. They put that in for maybe almost a month, and it gave me 2 different infections. Put me back in the hospital in 30 days.
Oh my God.
So they like, well, if you do this, we can do this. We're gonna cut this out. We're gonna do this. You may only need maybe 2 rounds of chemo, and maybe that's it. Okay, so now we do this. I have this infection twice. They put me back in the hospital, and now I gotta do chemo. Now they tell me I gotta do 4 rounds of chemo. But I can't do chemo until I am a full 2 weeks of no infection. So I have 3 surgical drains hanging from me, 2 on one side, 1 on the other.
Wow.
And I had these drains in for about from March 19th to maybe like May 2nd.
Wow.
So because they supposed to came out in like 10 days or less, but it was but they found out like, you're black. It's only 17% of black people and women in the world that really can hold silicone in their body. Naturally, we
Get
have
out.
our own.
I didn't know that.
Naturally, we
Girl,
have.
you just put some school
Yeah,
shit.
I did not know
y'all
that.
need to
When I
listen.
tell
I hope
you,
you're listening.
I've been doing my research and not just
That's real.
reading what they saying on WebMD or
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
you know,
Absolutely.
because the same things that they're telling me and the medicine they give me, they just put it online. You know,
Right,
and,
right.
Well,
you know, it didn't change just because they put it online. Doesn't still don't make it real.
Right.
Make it
It
true.
don't make it
well,
right.
with that, being that you're giving out some good information, I've seen something where they were saying mammograms sometimes give you cancer because the machine they put it in,
It still has radiation.
Okay.
Which it don't just give it to you. It's I'm not a doctor, so I can don't really quote me too much on from what I know of it. Intensifies or adds to it, or or pushes it. It won't just give it to you, but it can. I mean, radiation can give you cancers, all these different things in these waters, and all this stuff. It can
a lot of this stuff. Yeah.
So that is a thing. I even have an auntie that what's the stuff down in Fort Bragg and all that was going on.
Now you going to our hometown.
Mesothelioma down there.
Because her husband was in the military and she was that was stationed there years ago. But so she's in the little class action thing. They got going on with that.
And that's something that I was going to ask you. We were talking about your grandma. Like, what is the role of genetics and family history in the breast cancer risk?
It definitely plays a role. So I did have to get genetic testing twice. I did it on my mom's side, dad's side, and I am the 14% sporadic in the world.
Wow.
My grandma didn't have it. My dad didn't have it.
Wow.
I have
that is 14%.
Auntie that had it. That was from her dad through marriage on that side, but not mine, on my side, my blood. Yes, but it was through on her side. But so 17% of the world of black women can't hold silicone. 14% of the world that sporadic.
Do they know why it's so sporadic?
But mine was estrogen. That's why I talk about estrogen. Mine was estrogen induced.
Okay.
Breast cancer.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So different things. I was on Ortho Evra. It's a birth control patch. I never did like the shots, pills, none of the other stuff. But
most women don't get said make them gain weight and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah,
so that's what I was. My main thing was with mine was I didn't want to gain weight and I didn't want to lose my hair. My hair was my life. I was really however my hair felt. That's the type of clothes I wore that day. That's the type of feeling that I have. And so. But moving forward now, they have to put me back in the hospital, take the expanders out because I cannot do chemo without it. The doctor, it was a white man that did the plastic surgery part of it, But he's so cool to the point that I call him my cousin. Him and his PA. I told him I invited him to the family reunion.
Good.
He was like, listen, I'm not losing my damn license for you. I'm going back in here. You come back here on Friday. If you come back, no. You come back here on Monday. If you come back here on Monday and your drains was not clear, because I still had surgical drains that drain out all the stuff. That's how they know that it was infected because it wasn't clear. Like it wasn't like pee, clear pee.
Right.
And, but then when it started looking like strawberry applesauce, something not right.
Yeah.
You know, and so he was like, if it's not clearing up by Monday, you will be going back in OR on Thursday. So I came back on Monday. He didn't even he was like, Nicole, write this up, do this. He didn't even want to see me because he could see the drains from when he walked in. And he was like, nope, I already know. So he did. I had to heal for at least, and even heal at least 10 days. Okay. But we pushed it. It was like right at 9 days. They needed to get me in chemo. So I started chemo. So they was like, that's good. 9 days is still fine. No more, as long as it's more than a week, a week's time. But you're still going to go on antibiotics anyway once you go, once you do chemo too. So I did chemo. Chemo is the process of chemo. It's just like you getting a regular IV and getting blood drawn and all of that.
Right.
But once you get this medication in your body,
oh man,
it take I don't even know the word for it. It kind of takes your whole life and your t-shirt, take it and turn it inside out and pop it out and give it back to you. It is what it is. So it's
I understand that.
So there's chemo brain, which I really still suffer from that as a real thing. Chemo brain.
What is chemo brain?
It bothers whatever cells that you have for memory of short-term or long-term, depending on the medication. It's not, when they say chemo, it's not just one medication, because this is not one cancer.
Right.
You know, and say for instance, somebody could have the same cancer I had, but I had stage 3. Somebody had stage 1 or 2 that they may got something a little bit different. Maybe the little sister to my medicine, or something like that.
Right.
So, but yes, I was right at I guess however they measure it. And mine was like between a 2.8 and a 2.9. So, just round up 3.
Right,
so
at 3.
they consider that a stage 3. Anything more than 2.6, they consider the next, or 0.6 the next stage.
Okay.
So is what I was told. It may be different for somebody else or different, the other different part, different cancers. I'm not sure. And metastatic is differently. Metastatic is when it goes all the way around to your muscles, your lymph nodes, your your joints, everything. It's just going to your metastasize, in your body.
Right.
So same thing, had the same cancer that I had, but that just tripled or doubled or quadrupled or whatever it did to your body to go through everything. It's not much they can do from that. They can kind of slow the progression of that type of stuff, but not necessarily. They're not gonna stop it,
Right.
So, but yeah.
So that's the importance of early detection.
Yeah. And boy, you hitting them.
I'm kind of glad.
Yep. That's what I was going to ask. Like, how does early detection improve treatment outcomes and survival rates?
It definitely does. And they did.
Boy, you talking?
And they did tell me that too. He was like when the first time you felt this, and I'm like, 2017, and they was like.
Can I say something? We got to go to the doctor. See, we're scared to go hear information like that.
Right.
But if you go hear it early, if that's what's going on, it can save your life. A lot of times the rate goes down because we wait around to the last minute. When it's already done consumed our body and there's nothing that they can do.
And you don't
and it's with black people.
Yeah.
To be real.
Yeah. We will.
People in general, especially men.
Yeah, black men. I got some fellas right now ain't been to the doctor to even find out why they pee so yellow.
You stupid.
To keep that my chart on the phone.
Now, as far as men, period, men are afraid of the doctor. Y'all can be the biggest, most gruesome monster in the world.
Scared of that doctor doing that needle.
No, they didn't even see the needle. They just saw a stethoscope. And they got afraid. So
I got white coat syndrome.
Men in general, but mostly black women, because like I said, we so busy trying to keep other things together, make ends meet, or keep up with somebody else that we didn't think that, hang on. Man, did that last week too.
Yeah, first of all, you scared the shit out of me. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying,
that's real though.
I just that's why I'm on I got that crush because I had a total knee replacement.
Oh man!
It was longer than that from all the way up here, but it's healing. It's been a year.
I had ACL
you moving pretty good.
I met 3 people on Friday with the same thing. Said the same exact thing. 3 different people. But yeah, so now with all this, fast forward to this, the chemo. I did 4 bouts of chemo.
How you said 4 bowels?
Bouts. I just call it, yeah.
Okay.
4 rounds
I got you.
of chemo.
4
rounds of chemo. You know, it's just an injection, like a you know, they do a regular
IV
or stuff. What mine was called
kryptonite.
Yes, something like that. Toxin, tear, cytoxin. Same thing, kryptonite. Yes,
She said same thing.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yes, toxin, tear, cytoxin. Take them letters.
It sounds like
take them letters and you flip around. You probably get kryptonite. But it sounds toxic, right? Toxin, tear, cytoxin. So it's nothing but toxins is what it's doing. So it's to eat up whatever the growth is from the cancers.
Wow.
And then there's another one that they give me as an own body, like a little pager. You know, back in the day we got the pager, but they put it, you know, it's a needle that goes in your arm, and you keep it on for 23 to 27 hours, so 24 hours. You know, you keep it on for the next day. So the toxateer is the part that kind of like break it up, and then the cytoxin, the own body is what they call it, is to wash it away.
Okay.
What it was.
Okay.
That's how it's supposed to be. So now I finished chemo. I did chemo from May 12th to July 14th. So, you know, for the four rounds was every 3 weeks.
Wow.
But they don't do one every 3 weeks because that's how strong it is.
It is, yeah.
And that's why a lot of people too, if they don't go into looking to what they got going on and see what their stage and the actual type is to match up with the medications, because some of them don't.
Glad you said that, because that's damn sure one of the questions.
Some of them don't get as much of the medicine or not the right medicine, and then they have to go back and do it again. Then it's too much in their body, and then that's what triggers them to start wasting away. You know, there's the organs start, you know, deteriorating. Their soft tissue start, you know, deteriorating. So, so that's a lot of that. I did so much research and talking and asking questions. So they asked me like, "Are you in the MD field?" Like, I'm like,
that's good.
No,
that's what you
but
gotta
my
do.
grandma was a pediatric nurse, and we didn't go to the doctor unless we was already dead. But yeah, so with that, I did at that time on the second dose of medicine, I started losing my hair, and it also put me in early menopause. So now that's a thing.
I didn't know that could be.
I didn't even.
That's a thing as well. Where, and if you know anything about older people, when they
I raised my
50, 60 years old, when they going into menopause, that's when things starts to deteriorate. You know, the bones and hips and back and everything else. However, I already had rheumatoid arthritis going on in this knee. You know, you could hear the little bit of crunching and stuff going out, you know, as we go. But I still went on, you know, But as the radiation is where I had to have 26 rounds of radiation.
Jesus Christ.
I can still feel the beam. I can hear the beams. I can hear them like they lay on the table. All of this here, it looks like lights, camera, action in the ceiling. You laying down on the thing like you're going in the MRI. Yeah, like you're going in the MRI machine. So you're laying down. You have to.
And I hate them things.
They strap you down, helmet, you know, seat belts, all, you know, everything.
Oh man, get out of here.
You can't move. You know, depending on what cancers you're doing, because they gotta get that. So mine is up here. So everything up here got to be completely down to the point that now, like I said, I lost my hair. However, I now have like a wig, a scarf. No one ever seen that I didn't have. I went completely Mr. Clean Shiny Ball. Hair, and they don't know how much that triggered me. That when you in there, you can't have anything on. You can't have hair, hat, scarf, anything. So they want me to take.
So you had to take it off.
Yeah.
I had a whole nervous breakdown. I left. I would not do it. I could not. You know, because they did the thing about it, at this point, everybody going through all the stuff. Well, me, I'm going through what I'm going through because it's 2020 and I had to go through most of mine by myself.
Right.
Didn't even have to really ask no question because you're hitting everything. But I mean, you know, how can people support love from loved ones? You know, how can that help going through, you know, the breast cancer?
A lot of, and as much time,
during treatment and after.
Okay, so during treatment, it's more so to just even ask them how they feel today, and then 4 days later with that medicine, how they feel, and then 4 days later, you know, whatever, you know, amount of time, just asking how to feel. And then you need somebody to go with you to the doctor, and when you get, and if the doctor says something, you hey, I got ask a question too, because I may be asking 99 questions, but that 100th question might be the one that I really
that you want to need.
Right,
so that I don't know. So, you know, and then my sister asked me, so, well, Quana, what about this and what about this and what? I'm like, well, I don't know, Leisha. Let's see, you know. So, but it's the fact that that's a good question. Let me, you know,
that's a good question.
So then I started writing stuff down, because then I don't want to forget what I need to, you know, need to ask. And then what you said about the insurance, there is insurance out here that we don't really know about. That even with Medicaid, you know, stuff like that, we don't just have to take just the Medicaid that they give us. I did not know they have like 7 different types of Medicaid for it to be what your specific things is. You keep giving me family planning, meaning birth control and pep smears, but I ain't doing none of that. I ain't have no kids, so I need
that don't work for me.
You know, I need internal medicine type of, you know, Medicaid or whatever. So they told me about that too, which I looked it up myself. I researched it when I was.
Come on here now, education.
They have a thing called the chemo cold cap. It's like a little helmet thing, but it's like a little bag in it, like dry ice, you know, regular dry ice with the smoke and stuff in it. And it you put it on your head for at least 2 hours before treatment, and it frees the follicles, because radiation is going to burn it, you know, so it's going to burn it out. But it'll freeze the follicles, where they're going to keep some and then maybe weaken some and then, you know, take out some. So that could be somewhere between 55 and 63% of your hair can be saved. So if that can be saved, that means
education.
That means something can be braided, something can be weaved in. You can still to make it still grow back versus losing it all.
Everything.
You know, and then it's so hard to get it back.
And I would think seeing
that makes sense.
Seeing yourself in that appearance, you know, like you said, you loved your hair. Your hair is that's your thing. That's how you express yourself. Your hair, and then you come from, you know, right here where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Like, how was that?
More hair than me.
How was that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Keeping that, like, you still got to be strong and press on.
Now, usually in most sicknesses, the one thing that somebody like was good at, or you know that they loved about them or something, when it takes that from you, that kind of seem like there's other options than life. To be honest with you, and my hair was my life. And anybody who know me, any of my hairstylists, y'all know I need this done, so y'all come hit me up. But let me know something. I need my hair done like Monday or Tuesday.
Get it right.
But any of my hairstylists, they know me. They know that ever my hairstyle was, or however my hair felt, my own hair fell. That's how I felt. So when, you know, and they did tell me that, and so I did. That's the one thing to know, education, because if you don't know what to expect, you can kind of kill your own self, because you give up. You don't want to do this. You can't do that.
I have seen it where people give up now.
So I told somebody, hey, listen, tell me exactly what I need to know. I don't mind hurting if it's on the road to healing. I don't care if I got to walk around with needles stuck in me to monitor everything every chance I get. But if I know in 7 weeks from now I'm gonna feel a little bit better, or 7 months from now I will take those needles. I'll take that pain. So that was a thing with that just knowing something, reaching out to somebody, finding somebody. So it's 2020. Nothing is going on. I can't get help. I can't get food stamps. Can't get Meals on Wheels. Can't get no type of medical proxies. No type. Nothing. No type.
No nothing. No nothing at this point. Everything.
Everything was shut down until I found a lady named Miss Love, and at the time she was 16 years in.
Wow.
No. Yeah, something like that. But like,
she was experienced.
Same thing I had. She said the same medicine. Before I could even say the name of the medicine, she already knew the name of the medicines. So
gotta place people in line for you.
I'm like, I want to be like that. At least I got 16 years to tell. She has 16 years to tell a story to help somebody else.
That's right.
Me and at least 16 more every year. She helping somebody.
Somebody
and
else.
that's what what we did with that. She's like, you are such a blessing to everybody. You still out here doing all this stuff, trying to help people do this. We're gonna try to get you in a group. It was like a Zoom group. It was with John Wall, the basketball player.
Get out of here.
His mother was diagnosed or passed away in like 2016. So he started a foundation, him and his sister.
Wow.
So
shout out John Wall.
John Wall.
Shout out to John Wall, yes. So they had picked 25 candidates because it's 2020, no one is working, They picked 25 candidates to give everybody $250 for Christmas time. So this is like November. And she was like, I kind of got bad news. So I'm not saying it'll be you, but they only supposed to pick 25 candidates. On their list, they realized they had 26.
Oh man.
Now, not saying it'll be you to get knocked out the box, but just throwing it out there. If you
It
maybe
might.
not,
Somebody
I said,
might, yeah.
nope,
Yeah.
take me off. Go ahead and knock me out the box. That means it's 25 more.
That's gonna
25
get
the
in.
number.
Wow.
Give that to them, because
Wow.
I can
That
figure
was noble
things
of you.
out
That's
on
some
my
truth.
own.
That's boy.
That was
I
noble.
miss recycle, reduce, and reuse. So half the stuff I got, I'm gonna make. I'm gonna do. I'm now starting to grow my own little foods.
And
Right,
then, man,
right.
that's another damn conversation.
We need to
Get
get on
into
that.
it.
I've
Yep.
never been the one that feel like I had to go to food banks. I had to do. Yes, we have food stamps and stuff like that, but we was still eating crab legs. I ain't got to go no food bank.
Yeah.
So, and I don't eat crab legs. But I'm just
That's the
saying
truth.
that's So,
Yeah.
but then when
Right.
I realized at those food banks, I'm getting all the green stuff that I need, all the good stuff that I need. Just anything, the gingers and the
Yeah.
whatever I need. That I'm
That's what I
starting
wanted
to
to
get
talk about.
aloe. Like I didn't know how to use aloe roots, and I never
Right.
knew about all that stuff until then. And when I started realizing that, I go to the food banks, and people in my neighborhood, the older people in my neighborhood that was going to the food banks, they started bringing me all the pears, all the green beans, all the stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Even one of the drunk wino men. He got his 211 bill, and he coming up the street with a bag of grapes because and that brings me back to the village part,
to
the Right.
village,
the
to the village.
community.
Yeah.
And if you speak up and tell somebody what you, and I'm the one that was speak and talk, but I kind of talked in third person or second person or something that I didn't really want it to be about me, because
Right.
I always
Yeah.
trying to put it towards somebody else.
Somebody else,
But
yeah.
at this point, I needed it to be about
About
me,
you.
to
Yeah.
learn me,
Yeah.
to know how to push this out there to someone else. The 26 rounds of radiation, it gave me 3rd-degree burns and a staph infection.
Oh man.
It
Wow.
burned me completely out from my here. You can't see it from here. Like this side is flatter, this side is poofier. So all of this is still like poofier over here. I have color now, but all of this is about the same color as this microphone.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
The whole side here from the halfway mid stomach all the way up across my shoulder, all the way through my back, to the point if I had a white shirt on and I just went to radiation, when I come home,
Wow.
I had soot on my back. Like
Good
It
God
can be like
Almighty.
that?
like
I
a
didn't know.
grill, like a
Wow.
real grill with the charcoal. You can do like this,
And it
take
come
a
out.
wet
That's
paper
crazy.
towel and
And
have
it-
soot. To
Wow.
the point that when I go home and it's time for me to take clothes off,
Wow.
I get in the tub, dry, cause the tub is dry, and just take my shirt and my bra, cause my
It's gonna
skin is
fall.
dropping. It's just charts.
Wow.
It's just dropping off of me like. This pieces, and then I start looking like a Dalmatian, cause and then until the whole thing come off, and then I
Boy.
look like a
Oh, that's
meerkat,
rough.
cause it's all
It is.
pink. And so now listen, I'm the one that laugh at my pain, because I'm gonna make a joke
Yeah,
about
real
it.
talk.
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
Real talk.
but
You
when
gotta
I
learn how
tell
to
you
do that.
the things that I'm telling you, this is real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like hell on earth. I was burning.
Yeah.
I'm burning just from the inside out. Radiation, I threw my microwave away because
Yeah.
I felt a difference when I put that food in a little pan and set it on the stove and warmed it up there
Yeah.
versus me sticking it in that
Yeah.
microwave.
Yeah.
And I microwaves don't really give you radiation.
Yeah, they do.
I feel like my phone. I feel like I gave my phone radiation. Like I left radiation and my phone started glitching.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
serious. Like
Yeah.
when I tell you,
Yeah.
they was like,
I
you
believe
like
that.
the bionic woman at this point, Well, before I start, all stuff start breaking apart. But radiation deteriorate your soft tissues in your body. Your
Right.
soft tissues is what house all your joints. Radiation has deteriorated, my
Sped
soft
it
tissues.
up.
So
Yeah.
that sped it up. Plus the chemo gave me the menopause, which that messes up.
All of
that.
that.
So
Oh, wow.
There's
at
a
the
lot to
time,
deal
me
with.
So it's
being-
coming from all angles.
Yeah. So me being
That's on me.
37 or 8 at that time, I literally was about 55, 60 in the inside, So me and my mama, was
Wow,
the same
boy.
age,
Wow.
at that time. So yeah, they said that it can push you 15 to 20 years ahead of my time. So right now I'm 42. I'll be 43 in December,
Hey.
which
Praise the Lord.
I
It's
am
still a
like
blessing though.
60.
Right,
and,
right.
but they're like, oh, you look so good.
You
Yes,
do,
I want to
you
act like
do.
I'm 17 and a half because in the inside I'm 77 and a half. So I got to get a balance somewhere.
Yeah,
Maybe I
somewhere.
will be 38
Yeah.
in the middle.
In the middle.
Somewhere.
In the medium.
So
That's real.
The procrastination, the cramming, and we finally make that doctor's appointment. And we got all this other stuff going on too. So instead of us asking all these questions, standing at that doctor for 2.5 hours, we only was in that doctor, for 19 minutes.
Yep.
They seen everything was good. You look okay. Cough twice. You good. Keep going.
Yeah.
So that does definitely brings me back to, if you notice something, don't ignore it.
Yeah.
You get up in the morning. As soon as you get up in the morning, you get ready to get up, and that back hurt or that knee, don't ignore it.
I might be hurting
There you go, dude.
Don't ignore it now.
That's real.
Don't ignore it.
That's real.
So
That's real.
then food. They say you are what you eat.
Yeah.
I am really learning that. That is definitely a thing. So, different
do better.
foods. Inflammation speeds up your illnesses.
Yeah,
Sure does. I know that from the gout.
But certain foods is what's
Make it worse.
causing
Flare up
that.
that gout.
Causing that gout,
Sure is.
and not even, people say don't eat pork. It's not even necessarily just pork.
No.
It could be
Right.
whatever else
Fish,
that you're
a lot of
eating.
shrimp.
They don't even eat pork.
No,
I said you need to fast on anything.
It's still them string beans you ate, because she put so much seasoned salt in them string beans, or so much, or put a piece
On top
of
of drinking
fat
and-
back in there.
Yeah.
So I don't drink that hardcore liquor. I drink that wine. That wine is
That
worse
wine
than
is
that
sugar.
liquor.
It's
sugar, all that sugar.
I love my Pinot Grigio.
Stupid.
And even liquor, that's yeast.
yeah.
Yeast, what does yeast do? It rises, it bloats, it gets big, it inflames.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, in the community, fast forward, because like I said, I could be here for the next 3.5 days talking about this.
Yeah, we gonna wrap you up already.
But yes, the big. I feel like at least maybe 3 things that if anybody can take away with, don't ignore. Just don't ignore.
That's real.
Even if you don't make that doctor's appointment, you told somebody else.
Yep.
You told your sister. You told your husband. You told your your wife. You told somebody.
Yep.
And they can eventually
Make them
your
get
loved
on
ones
you.
will think,
Yeah.
dang, that thing still hurting you.
Yeah.
You better make it. If you don't make that appointment, I'm gonna make it for you. Or something like that.
That's
and
real.
that's how if people speak up.
Yep.
Like I said, for one, don't ignore it. Speak up. Tell somebody. And for 2, do your research on whatever you do find out what's wrong with you. And what I did was, just to make it kind of easy, like say for instance, I Googled my chemo meds. I'm still on chemo meds now. I have to take medicine for 5 years.
Wow.
And that one is called tamoxifen.
That is wild.
T20. And I'm taking it now. And that was a thing too, that once I did the radiation, everything they tell me, if you do this, you don't have to do this. If you do this, you don't have to do this.
But you had to do
so
all of it.
are you
You
just
end up
trying to
doing
get
all.
this money?
Yep,
or
right.
what?
That's
Am
what
I
it is.
really getting
10
better?
out of 10 is
That's
the
what it
money.
is.
That's what it
'cause
seems.
at this point,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've had about $1.1 million worth of work done to my
Wow.
body. One bottle chemo was like 136,000. I didn't even know. Like, man, y'all want to give me $12 worth of medicine? Like, why is it 136,000?
Oh, have mercy.
But and that's for 4 of them. So that's already 700,000.
Right there.
600 something.
Yeah.
That didn't include the actual
All the surgery
the
and
surgery,
everything,
and then the
Answered
the
your question,
correcting,
didn't
and then then I got a
Yep.
reconstruction, because what they did was they did a stomach graft, and they could put like, this is your breast, this is your own tissues, just not from here.
Right.
So now I have 2 real
real
breasts. So it
boobies.
had to wait a whole year for that, till
Right.
everything was cleared up,
That's good.
and stuff. So that's when I realized that I do have my hope. I thought they just cut it out. It was like, no, that's when they realized you unfold it. They had to unfold it because it was really wrapped up that tight that it was just flat.
Wow.
But because they had to take the tissues out that had the cancer in it, and the lymph nodes. I had 1 or 2 cancerous lymph nodes in my underarm, so they pulled 10.
Wow.
So that which made now lymphedema, your lymph nodes. Lymphedema is when it's the inflammation.
Inflammation
and,
is in your lymph nodes.
inflammation, all that stuff. Now you can see it here now. Like, this arm goes up, this arm doesn't go all the way up.
Yeah.
It can if I do it, but on its own, because it's retracting because of the lymphedema. If your whole body, can be lopsided. If you see any difference in your body, it's some type of inflammation or something dealing with your lymph nodes. There are different things for that.
Even if it's in your face.
Even if it's in
Check
your
all
face.
of 'em.
So I just learned, because it's a drainage thing. It's different spots that you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
and it'll pull
push it
everything
down,
down.
yeah. Yep.
And then if you realize, like, if say for instance you go somewhere and get a lymphatic drainage massage or something like that, for the next 2 days, you're going to be peeing. You're going to be doing what I'm saying, because you can feel different things, drainage, so you're going to get more coming out your body.
Yeah.
To,
Right.
You know what I'm saying, to make it better. And there is a site on Facebook called Warriors Together.
Put it right here, dude.
And it's called Warriors Together.
Warriors
and
Together.
there's another one on Facebook called Knight in Pink Armor.
Knight in
And that
Pink
one is
Armor.
for the actual loved ones of the people who went through women's cancers.
Right.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
Warriors
that'd be good too.
Together.
We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah,
Yeah, part
Warriors
2.
Together is for the different women's cancer. If not just breast cancer, it could be ovarian cancer. But it's but the other one is for the loved ones too, not just the women. The men can speak about their wife, their sister, their whoever. And then, like I said, then my third one would be seek support. I had 3.
Yeah.
So and
I
seek
thought it was 12, but that's why I started laughing.
She giving us some good information.
Yeah,
Great information.
honestly, we do our jokes, but you are really giving a lot of great
Yeah,
information. Like
I
honestly,
know.
For real.
I try because when I
what was number 3 again?
seek support.
Seek support. Okay.
So if anybody, like, I'm the one who would say, if I find somebody that had breast cancer, I'm like, hey, listen, if you just want to call me just a curse,
Yeah.
like that helps.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
anything.
That frustration.
What your, what got you through? Cranberry juice and green popsicles got me through. Chemo or whatever. Whatever. And cursing.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Whatever.
Like
Yeah.
So somebody got me a coloring book, adult coloring book with cuss words in it for counsel and all kind of
I got
stuff.
you one of those.
So your doctors, the health department, somebody else who didn't have cancer.
Yeah.
Even though you might not go through the same stuff they went through, but who's to say that their doctor cannot put you in the right
That's
person,
right.
to the right
Yeah.
person in the
Real
right
talk.
direction.
Real talk. Real talk.
So yeah, I definitely feel like that would be my third one. So definitely seek support.
Seek support.
anywhere.
Y'all heard it.
That's
Y'all
real.
done got bukus of
A lot
information.
of
Yeah.
information.
Bukus
Good
that even if
information.
you're not going through that situation, you know somebody that is,
Yeah.
you can head in to watch this episode and reach out to Shaquana. How can they reach out to you and ask questions or anything?
Facebook.
That's fine.
Shaquana Saulters. You
There
can
you go.
find me on Facebook. My name is Shaquana Saulters, and or qsalters@gmail.com. If
Okay.
anybody wanna reach out.
Email.
There you
I'm
go.
doing something through Derm Tech to try to help with different stuff with women and stuff as well.
That's what's up.
Still in school, but
Good.
So,
Me too. That's all right.
and you can reach me there at Saulters S0037 at dermtech.edu.
I would forgot all of that. So before we leave, we don't want. Yeah, we record right now, so we don't want to leave just yet, man. But before we go, we want to give you something, and it says Backyard Content presents Shaquana Saulters, the Champion of Life Award, surviving breast cancer.
Thank you.
Such a blessing to have you on today and share your message.
Hey, look,
You
we
did a
told
wonderful
like,
job.
But yeah, you did a wonderful job because
great job.
that was
Yeah.
very helpful. Even for
Very
me,
informational.
some of the things that I didn't know about breast cancer, and I have family members, that went through it, and some of them have won and some of them have lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mine too.
So I can definitely relate, man. Y'all know, hit us up, Backyard Comedy 3@gmail.com. If you got any questions, want to know anything, just somebody, you say to cuss, to talk, we'll put you to the people regardless, man. You don't have to go through things alone.
You don't
That's
have to
always
do
look
it.
at my boy. Oh, excuse me, baby. Please hit it, baby.
You already know.
Is that really do that I got down there?
Down here, chilling.
I'm your boy Vocal 26. We appreciate Mr. Shaquana for coming through.
Oh, yeah.
Telling her story, man, educating, man. Y'all make sure, once again, hit us, backyardcomedy3@gmail.com. Time is a precious thing to waste, so don't waste it by not watching Backyard Comedy. Here's a word from our sponsors.
You already know. Think pink.
Yeah. Think big.
Your boss lady saying, let them have it. 3 TVs for only $99 a month.
3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. I like small.
Buy a sofa.
What's up, everybody? This is Uncle Elroy talking to y'all about Antonio Auto Mechanics LLC. We specialize in brakes, tune-up, and so much more. Now, I can't really tell you what's going on right now with this one, but I guarantee we gonna figure it out. Don't wait till you have problems like this to contact us. Just hit up Antonio Auto Mechanics LLC, and we'll get you straight. Tell them Uncle Elroy sent you. We appreciate you now. Come on out here. I'll be damned.
Antonio's Auto Mechanic LLC, 314-6836.
We keep it real. News you can count on. Backyard News.
Welcome to Backyard Comedy News. I'm your boy Aloysius Thompson coming through to bring y'all some news because you know we got to keep it real. It's a new energy drink that we got right now that everybody's talking about. W. All natural, zitterless energy blend. Get into it. If you use the promo code Backyard Comedy, you will get 10% off. They text me this morning and told me to make sure that we let you guys know that. This has been your boy Aloysius Thompson. Well, y'all know we got to keep it real here at Backyard News, Channel 4. Y'all stay tuned now. Got some more coming for you.
Barbecue and foot massage. Jones Barbecue and foot massage.